Namaste, yogis. My name is Patti, and I'm going to guide you through your noon practice today. So we're going to start in a comfortable seated position while I read our waiver. In order to make these classes as freely accessible as possible to all our participants, we will be using a verbal warning and assumption of risk at the beginning of the class. Participation in this online class is voluntary. Physical activity programs may result in injury, and by participating, you assume the risk of injury that may result from your participation. We strongly recommend that you participate from a space that is suitable for this activity. For example, make sure you have moved nearby furniture or other potential hazards. If you are participating in a yoga class or a class that involves laying on the ground, we recommend using a mat. Or if you don't have one, a carpeted area. Participants are encouraged to stop if they experience pain or injury and should seek appropriate medical advice or care as needed. Women Health and Wellness strongly recommends that each participant have an annual physical exam and follow the advice of your healthcare provider before participating. So welcome again, everyone. Today's focus is going to be our hips, internal and external rotation of them. So props if you'd like, a couple blocks or books, blankets, towels. We are going to come to our breath in a Baddha Konasana or butterfly. So drawing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees release out towards the side, placing any props under the legs that help you find comfort. Noticing the sits bones on the mat. Drawing awareness to the breath, but not doing anything to change the breath, leaving the breath in its beautiful natural rhythm as you begin to align the body. Noticing the vertebrae stacking one on top of the other. Draw the shoulders over the hips. Bring the chin to neutral, reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Placing the hands where they feel comfortable, whether it be palms up or down on the body or along the side of the body. And taking a moment to clear the mind space, allowing yourself just this time to come into the present moment. Noticing what's going on in the mind, but being the observer, allowing yourself to stay here in the now. As you take the next 45 minutes for yourself, just being gentle and kind to yourself. Then draw the awareness back to the breath. Beginning to deepen the inhales, lengthen the exhales, finding your breath for practice, for movement. Exploring the breath. As you inhale, noticing that moment in breathless. As you exhale, noticing that second moment in breathless. Taking just a few extra moments here to just build the breath, noticing how it affects the physical body. And then just finding that rhythm of breath that feels right for you today for practice. Taking time to find that breath. Adding in that Ujjayi breath if it's in your practice. And then drawing hands to heart center. Maybe setting an intention for your practice today. Sealing that intention in with a nice deep inhale, long exhale. And releasing hands from heart center, releasing any props you might have, making them accessible to you so that at any time during practice, you can come to them. And then taking the hands underneath the legs, draw the knees together, bring the feet to the floor, hands along the side, and just start connecting the breath with movement. Now, windshield wipering the knees side to side. A couple more rounds here as you maybe need to adjust the breath. And then as you are ready, you're going to make your way into a tabletop. Taking the time to set your tabletop up, spreading the fingers nice and wide, making sure the hands are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Taking a moment to elongate the spine, engage the core, maybe pressing the tops of the feet into the floor. As you feel that core lift and engage, draw awareness into the hips. Notice what happens here. Notice the hips connection to both the front and back side of the body. Maybe notice as you engage the core, some slight internal rotation of the hips. Maybe a little opening along the pelvis. And then as you're ready, moving into a nice cow here where you just draw the gaze up towards the top of the mat, let the navel fall down towards your mat. Tucking the chin, rounding the back. Finding that cat. And then at your pace, connecting to the breath again, moving through cow and cat, or cat and cow if that feels right for you. Once you have some nice awareness of what the spine is telling you today, then adding in any organic movement that feels right. Maybe some circles with the hips today, since our focus is there. And just notice as you alternate between right and left, how it can be different in this space of curiosity. Maybe just rocking side to side. Or maybe today you're feeling a little bit more movement is necessary. Cat and cow bows. Honoring and staying within the breath. Making your way back to tabletop. We're going to flip the palms. We're going to let the fingers face each other. Spread the fingers nice and wide as we just release the wrists here. And then as you're ready, bringing the palms back down to the mat. And from this space, we're going to draw awareness into the left leg. And we're going to do a series of fire hydrants here. So lifting the left leg up in that bent knee, maybe putting a little flexion in that leg, and then drawing it back down to the floor. Lifting that leg up again, back to the floor. One more time up, and this time just pulsing, just a little movement. Bringing that left leg back to the mat. Take a cat and a cow. Noticing the hips connection to the front and back side of the body. Coming back to stillness as we move to the right side. So as you're ready, lifting that right knee up into fire hydrant, maybe putting flexion in the feet and drawing it back down to the floor. Lifting it up again, back to the floor. Lift it up, third time, same thing here. We're just going to do little pulses. Bringing that knee back to the floor. Taking a cat and a cow if that feels right. And then sinking the hips towards the heels and finding your first child's pose practice. As you move into this child's pose, just notice what your body desires. If it feels right to have the knees closer together, you're welcome to go there. If it feels right to bring the knees wider, go ahead and go there. Let the hands come along the side of the body in traditional Vinyasa. Draw the palms up along the side of the body, elbows bend, get a little flexion in the rest. Sending the breath into the back body. See if you can draw awareness into the pelvis. Sending a little more breath there. Now, from this space, we're going to reach the arms out in front. Placing the palms on the mat, let the forearms lift up off the mat. And then from here, you're going to take the left hand, walk it over towards the right, and then bring the right hand towards the right side of your mat. You're going to left hip as a little back. Notice the left hip's connection to the upper and lower half of the body, back and front side of the body. One more breath here. And then walking the hands back to center. Just take an inhale and an exhale here at center, just feeling into the difference between right and left. If you feel like those shoulder blades are reaching up a little too high, see if you can draw them back and down. And then start walking, right hand over to meet left, and then maybe left hand out a little bit further to the left side. We're going to bump that right hip out. Doing the same thing we did on the other side, noticing its connections, upper, lower, and back. Send a little more breath to the right side, being curious what's going on here. Then drawing hands back to center. One full breath here. Then making your way into a downward dog. Lifting those hips up, engage that core. Take some time to walk your dog here, bending the knees. As you draw awareness into this downward dog, see if you can on that posterior chain of the body. Lengthen the spine just a little bit. As you draw awareness into the pelvis, see if you can just do a little bit of external rotation of the hips. Making a little more room on the front side of the body. And then if you're ready to start to sink the heels down towards the mat, go ahead and go there. Drawing awareness into the hands, you're going to walk the hands back towards the feet. Settling into a nice forward fold here, you're going to rest the abs on the quads. Once they're there, if it feels okay to hold on to opposite elbows, go ahead and go there. Rocking side to side, maybe noticing the connections on the side body. Finding stillness in the center, you're going to draw the hands to the shins, hug the elbows in. Find that tabletop back here in your half lift. Exhale, release. Inhale, bring hands to heart center. Pressing into the feet, you're going to come up with a nice flat back to Samasthiti. Hands at heart center. Releasing the hands down along the side, finding your mountain pose. Taking time to set your mountain up. Notice the feet directly underneath the hips. Making adjustments as needed, maybe even picking the feet up today. Placing them down gently on the mat. Find that grounding into the feet. As you press down into the feet, feel the connection moving up through the body. Drawing awareness into your core as you engage that transverse abdominis. Notice the internal rotation that happens in the hips. Breathing in, moving up the body. Drawing the chin to neutral, get a nice external rotation in the shoulders. On an inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Draw the palms together. Find that steeple mudra. If you brought the gaze up, bring the gaze back down to neutral. Draw the shoulders home. Allow yourself to begin rocking side to side here. Expanding the side bodies. If it feels right to start to heel toe the feet closer together, making it a little more of a balanced posture, go ahead and go there. Coming back to center, draw the hands through heart center and find your mountain. 2 breath cycles here, allowing yourself to check in. Then from here, bringing hands to heart center. We're going to move into a balanced pose. We're going into tree here. So we're going to shift our weight into our left foot, coming up onto the toes of the right. We're going to find that external rotation in that right leg as we draw the right knee out to the side. Drawing awareness into those hip points. Make sure they're still facing the front of your mat, like headlights shining. From here, if it feels right, to lift that right foot up and off the mat, placing it on the shin or the quad, go ahead and go there. Engage that core. Lifting the arms up and overhead when it feels right. Breathe. On an exhale, draw the hands together through the heart center. As you rotate that knee back to center, notice the internal rotation of that hip. Let the hands come along the side, finding your mountain. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead, finding upward salute. Exhale, take a swan dive forward, cleansing the spine in between. Inhale, take a half lift. Exhale, release. Drawing hands to heart center, coming right back up with a flat back to Samasthiti. Moving right to the other side, we're going to come up onto the left toes. Externally rotating that left hip, drawing awareness into those hip points again, and lifting the leg up if it feels right. From here, reaching the arms up and overhead, drawing awareness into that core, bringing hands back through to heart center, internally rotating that hip, bringing the foot to the floor, finding your mountain. On an inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Inhale, take a half left. Exhale, release. Walk the hands out to downward dog. Taking a moment to settle in here. And then rolling forward to plank. Breathing through plank. Exhale, back to downward dog. Rolling forward to plank one more time. Engaging the core. Back to downward dog. Moving forward to plank again. Lowering the knees if it feels right, and then lowering the entire body down to the mat. Inhaling, finding your cobra, nice long spine. Exhale, release. Pressing up into either tabletop or plank, find your downward dog. Mindfully making your way to the top of the mat, maybe walking, starting with the right foot. Lowering into forward fold. Inhale, take a half left. Exhale, release. Reversing your swan, come all the way up. Hands up and overhead. Palms together through to heart center, finding your mountain. Inhale, lift the arms up and overhead. Exhale, hands through to heart center. Inhaling, drawing awareness to the left foot. You're going to come up onto the toes of the left foot, and you're going to step back and find your warrior two legs. Opening up to warrior two when you're ready. Inhaling, flipping the right palm, reaching up. Reverse warrior. Coming back down to warrior two. Moving into extended side angle, bending that right arm. Reaching with the left. Cartwheeling back up into warrior two. You're going to take the left hand, reach it towards the front, bring the hands down to meet that mat, framing the front foot, spin onto the back toes, step back, finding plank, lift up to find down dog. Making your way to the top of the mat. Left foot if you used right first, hopping if it's in your practice, find your forward fold. Inhale, half left, exhale, release. Reversing your swan, come all the way up, hands up and overhead, palms together through to heart center. Find your mountain. 2 breath cycles here. As we prepare to move to the other side. Drawing hands to heart center, coming up onto the toes of the right foot. You're gonna step back and find your warrior two on this side. Flipping that left palm, you're gonna reach it up and overhead. Reverse warrior. Coming back down into warrior two. Then moving into that extended side angle. So bending that left arm, reaching up and over with the right. From here, cartwheeling the arm up, engaging the core, back into your warrior two. And then taking that right hand, swinging it to the front as you frame that front foot onto the toes, back to plank when you're ready. Lowering down if you're ready for chaturanga, up dog, down dog, 2 breath cycles. Lowering the knees and finding child's pose. So the beauty in our warrior two and why it's so popular, we get both internal and external rotation of the hips, allowing us to open up and close. Beautiful balance within the body. So we're going to add a little something onto that flow, a little more hip opening. So as you're ready, make your way to downward dog. Finding your way to the top of the mat, either walking or hopping, whatever in your practice. We're going to sink a little deeper into forward fold here. If you'd like to place the hands underneath the feet, giving a little wrist massage, you're welcome to go there. Releasing the hands if they're under the feet. Find that half left. Engage that core just a little bit more. See if you can guide a little bit more internal rotation on those hips. Getting a little bit more movement on that back side of the body. Exhale, release. Reaching the arms out. Reverse your swan. Come all the way up, hands up and overhead, palms together through to heart center. Let's sit into our chair. So as we get that internal rotation of the hips here, hugging those inner thin, engage that core. Exhale, let it go, forward fold. Inhale, take that nice half lift, deepening it if it feels right. Exhale, release. Reverse swan, come all the way up. Hands through to heart center. Moving right into our flow. Coming up onto the toes of the left foot. We're going to step back, find that warrior two. Flip that front palm, reach it up, find that reverse warrior. Come on back down into warrior two. Moving into extended side angle. Back up into warrior two. Taking that left hand, swinging it towards the front, framing that foot. Here's where we're going to change it up. We're stepping back to down dog. Lifting the right leg into the air, three-legged dog. Point the toes, stack the hips, open up. If you'd like to bend at the knee, finding scorpion, go ahead and go there. Maybe a little ankle roll. From there, straightening the leg. Close the hips, finding three-legged dog. Roll forward, draw the right knee to the right elbow. Back to down dog. Right knee to left elbow. Back to down dog. This time, roll forward, bring the knee forward. Find your pigeon. Proud pigeon. Not going to be here long. Tuck the toes. Lift that back knee. Use your core to come back to three-legged dog. Bring that right foot to the floor. Lower the knees. Find child's pose. Two more breaths here. Knowing where we're going. On the other side. Starting to prepare. As you're ready, reaching the arms out in front. Find your down dog. Make your way to the top of the mat. Find that forward fold. Inhale, draw hands to heart center. You're coming right up into your chair. Get that nice internal rotation, core engaged. Hug those inner thighs in. Sink a little deeper, raise the chest a little higher. Exhale, release. Inhale, draw the arms out to the side to reverse. Up and overhead, palms together, hands through heart center. Finding your mountain. Moving to the other side, hands to heart center, up onto the toes of the right foot. When you're ready, stepping back, finding that warrior two. Flipping the palm, reach it up, reverse warrior. Ground into those feet. Come on back into warrior two. Moving right into your extended side angle. Lengthening that whole right side. Come on back up into warrior two. Taking that right hand, sweeping it to the front, hinging forward, framing that front foot. Spinning onto the back toes, step back to downward dog. Same thing on the other side. So we're gonna lift that left leg up, point the toes, stack the hips, bend the knee if it feels right. Maybe rolling that ankle. Straightening the leg out, closing the hip, rolling forward, touch knee tip. Elbow on the left side, knee to right, elbow back out, then drawing the knee in, finding pigeon on this side. Noticing the difference, right versus left. Remembering you can put a block or a blanket underneath there. As you're ready, tuck the back toe. Lift the back knee. Lift that left leg up. Bring it back to the floor. Optional flow here if you'd like. And then meeting in child's pose. Coming back to the breath. Releasing the rests if you need to. And then as you're ready, Making your way into tabletop. Taking a cat and a cow here. And then lowering yourself down into a sphinx here. So the elbows are going to be underneath the shoulders. Getting a little lengthening in the spine. Noticing the hip points on the mat. If you need to lengthen the legs, remember to come up onto the toes, lengthen the legs, releasing the legs back down. Couple more breaths here. Then releasing yourself down to the mat, left hand on top of right, third eye on top of left hand. From here, drawing the hands along the side of the body, palms down, chin on the mat. Bringing the legs a little closer together, starting to hug the legs in. Notice the inner thighs. Notice that internal rotation in the hips. On an inhale, lift the legs up and off the mat. Exhale, release. One more time, lower half of the body. Inhale, lift the legs up and off the mat. Exhale, release. Upper body this time. Inhale, lift the upper body up. Exhale, release, leaving the feet on the floor. Inhale, upper body up. Exhale, release. This last time, if it feels right, we're going to do 2 rounds. You can do both upper and lower body. If it doesn't feel right, you can do upper body 1 round, lower body the other round. On an inhale, lifting up. Exhale, release. Second round, lifting up. Exhale, release. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulder pads. Press yourselves back into a child's pose to reset the spine. On an inhale, bring yourselves back up to tabletop. Take the legs and swing them to either the right or the left. Coming down onto the sits bones. Bring the feet to the top of the mat. And as you are ready, reclining down onto the mat. Taking your time to get there, articulating the spine. Once you get there, bring the feet to the floor, knees facing up towards the ceiling. And just one more time, that little windshield wiper. Back and forth. Making your way back to center, hugging the knees into the chest. Placing left hand on left knee, right hand on right knee. And just start guiding the knees with some external rotation of those hips. Drawing circles. Couple rounds here. And then just change the direction, internal rotation. Then after the next round, just hug the knees into the chest. From here, you're going to hug the right leg in, extend the left leg long. Drawing that right leg across the body, bring the right arm out to either a T or cactus. See if you can focus in this twist, not only on the back, but also on that right hip. Maybe noticing the TFL, the IT band, maybe the connection in the upper body. Drawing that right knee back to center, hug it in one more time as you draw the left leg in. Hugging both legs in, extend right leg long. Taking that right hand, drawing the left leg across the body. Taking time here to explore that left side of the body. The TFL, the IT band, maybe the connection up into your obliques. Inhale, draw that leg back into center. Hug both legs in. And then from here, moving into a happy baby. Letting the feet be flexed up towards the ceiling. Drawing knees in towards the armpits. And having this beautiful awareness of the sacrum resting on the mat. Think about elongating the spine. Think about the hip flexors, what they're doing here. And then as you are ready, releasing the hands, releasing the feet. Letting the legs extend long as you settle into your Shavasana. And honoring your beautiful time here in Shavasana. Knowing we have the luxury of being at home for these practices. I'll close practice as we move into Shavasana with the sound of the singing bowl. Allowing you the time if you want to explore the most important pose of our practice for longer than our time together. You will have that ability. Knowing as we come into this pose, relaxation posture is truly the most important pose of our practice. As we allow ourselves to integrate in everything from practice. Noticing the shifts and changes within the physical body. Noticing the shifts and changes in the mind. And noticing the shifts and changes in our spirit. I thank you all for the privilege of guiding you through this practice with focus on our hips. I truly hope the benefits of practice follow you into the rest of your day today. Namaste.